Welcome back to the show, everybody. Future Father here once again, where today I will be sharing the news of the past, yesterday, in your present, today. See what I did there? But before we begin today's news, a word from our sponsors. Doge Lumens is a cryptocurrency on the Stellar blockchain. It supports highly scalable, reliable, inexpensive, and super fast peer-to-peer and business-to-business transactions. Doge Lumens has a distribution model where users can claim daily airdrop. For more information, please visit us at www.dogelumens.com. And now, on to our newsfeed. Jasprit Singh tweets out, time in the market is greater than timing the market. So if you feel like you've had your patience grow thin, just know, time, everybody. And we have a tweet from Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm tired of Democrat antics claiming Republicans worship Donald Trump. I worship God. Democrats are still worshiping convicted felon George Floyd. And here's what she has to say in a post-interview of the hearing.
In that room? No, absolutely not. I mean, everything I said is correct. It's how the American people feel. It's what we know to be a fact. It's all the evidence has been proven true. We have Jamie Raskin in there accusing us of worshiping Trump, worshiping as a convicted felon. He is a convicted felon. Well, yeah, so is George Floyd. And everybody, and you all too, the media worship George Floyd. Democrats worship George Floyd. There were riots burning down the fucking country over George Floyd, and Raskin is in there saying we worship him. Excuse me, let me correct you, and this is really important. I don't worship, I worship God. God. Jesus is my savior. I don't worship President Trump. And I'm really sick and tired of the bullshit annex I have to deal with constantly from the Democrats. So that's what we just went through in there. And then they're sitting there, they can attack my character all day long. What's his face in there? Whoever was talking last was calling me insane. But yet we can't say, oh, they're attacking my character? Oh no, it's nonstop BS and annex. You want to know why? The Democrats don't have anything. They're responsible for the lockdowns, forced vaccinations, kids being forced to stay home, people committing suicide, and all the horrors that this country lived through during COVID. Fauci belongs in prison. He should be tried for mass murder, and he should be tried for crimes against humanity. That's how I feel after that hearing. That's how the American people feel.
Oh, say it again, girl. Do your thing. Do your thing. On our next post, we have here, tweeted from Catholic Manhood, Saint Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle, be our defense against the wickedness and snares of the devil. This is a couple lines from a longer prayer known to the Catholic world as Saint Michael the Archangel prayer. Artwork here, lovely, just beautiful. Our next tweet out is from Bishop J. Strickland, who was the Archbishop of the Diocese of Dallas, Texas. He was basically canceled trying to defend the faith, the Catholic faith. He tweets, as we celebrate the feast of Corpus Christi, let us pray for our priests. They are the custodians of the Eucharistic face of our Lord Jesus Christ. May their deeper reverence and awe at the Eucharistic altar inspire the world to embrace the truth of the Eucharist. God is with us. And the Catholic belief of what we call the Eucharist is the real body, blood, soul, and divinity. God can do basically anything, and he can give the priest power to turn ordinary bread and wine into his body, blood, soul, and divinity. Why some Christians have a hard time believing this, I don't know, but we are all somewhere in our journey, and let this be a seed for you. And that's basically what I'm doing here, is just planting seeds. LGBT propaganda is like a trombone to the face, me trying to live my life. June is labeled as the Pride Month, and this is basically what we're going to be seeing for the next month or so. Just jamming it down our throats. We have Caddy Scat Brat retweeting out a tweet, and it's room is completely engulfed in flames. You can only save one. You have a picture of AOC, Hillary, Joey B, and Putin. And Caddy Scat Brat says 100% Putin. And I agree. Definitely agree with that. Next tweet out is we have from Doge Lumens saying, exciting announcement. We're testing a new liquidity role and reward system for the DXLM XLM pool. Join Discord to know more about it. 100%. And then they give a link to the Discord. Connect your Stellar wallet and earn special roles and rewards. Let's grow together. I will leave a link to the Discord in the description box. And also, I'll leave a link to a tutorial that I made on how to add liquidity or how to create a position in the liquidity pool. Next tweet out we have from Carly Boone. I will say now that I don't necessarily follow some of these people, but they just show up in my feed, and if I agree with it, I'll tweet it out. But there was a hearing yesterday on June 3rd with Dr. Fauci, and Marjorie basically goes off on him. But here's a little clip from, this is an 8-minute long clip, but I'm just going to share the last minute or so about it.
Evil science. And let's go back to your very own email. You said earlier you don't use email. Oh, you do. Right here. This is your own email where you said the typical mask you buy in the drugstore is not really effective in keeping out virus. I do not recommend that you wear a mask. This is your email. This is your own words. But yet children all over America were forced to wear masks. Healthy children forced to wear masks, muzzled in their schools.
Literally.
And then they were forced to learn from home because of your so-called science and your medical suggestions, while you and all your cronies get paid from Big Pharma. You know that what this committee should be doing? We should be recommending you to be prosecuted. We should be writing a criminal referral because you should be prosecuted for crimes against humanity. You belong in prison, Dr. Fauci.
Mr. Chairman, I have a...
Dang, she really went off on him on this whole interview. If or this whole hearing, look it up if you want to see the whole thing. Good stuff. We have Red Pill Bot, and it's escaping normal society.
Anybody that's got a couple of acres of land and his own water supply and can grow his own food and that kind of thing, or have some sheep or some chickens, these people are a threat to the collectivist society because they aren't going to go to the politicians and say, please feed me, please clothe me, please give me shelter. They tend to be independent. That's the secret behind Agenda 21. They want people out of the country. They want corporations out there growing all the food and that kind of thing, but they don't want anybody living out there because that way they cannot be controlled. In order to control mankind, we have to get them all into the big cities. We have to rack them up and stack them up, get them dependent on the state for their food.
And that's basically what it is. Once they got you living in their cities, then they feed you their food. They have control of the cities. They have control of the food. They have control of what's put inside of the cities and food. And you're basically at their mercy. So to me, it's just showing that, have to start breaking away from having the hand feed us to where your own hands, the work of your own hands start to feed you. And we're not all there. I'm not there. So, but it is just food for thought, seeds being planted once again. If you are labeled as a conspiracy theorist, this next tweet from CKM is for you. Just a little encouragement to know that you're not alone.
Out there who know what is really going on. To all my nearest friends. Sometimes it's a curse and not a blessing to be awake. In my over 45 years of behind-the-scenes invisible intelligence work, I feel compelled to share the following for your consideration. Awakening is the most liberating, alienating, excruciating, empowering, lonely, confusing, freeing, frightening, expansive journey. And if you find yourself struggling trying to process all this insanity, believe me when I say you are not alone.
It is. That is what it is. And I feel that all the way. You know, it's the road that we have to take. It's the road less traveled. And in these times, you know, we got to make the choice to travel down that road. Some of us are creating a path for others to follow. So, pioneers, pioneers. Okay, so with summer coming up and we're buying fruit, watermelon is a huge seller during these months. They are injecting watermelons and other fruit, for that matter, with a whole bunch of chemicals and dyes and hormones to make them grow big. This is a good way of determining which ones to pick. I will add on to this that if you find a melon with you can see like little dry brown spots everywhere. Those are probably injection holes. If you cut open the fruit and you put a white paper towel on it and it is a dark red, good indication that it has been filled with red dyes. And also if you see like a white film on the outer shell of the watermelon, those are chemicals that are put on it, I believe, to make it grow bigger or something. But stay away from those as well. But here is a good way to pick out a good watermelon.
Big watermelon doesn't want you to know. My nonna taught me the best way to pick a watermelon. A lot of theories out there, but this one holds up. First of all, you want to look for the deepest yellow patch. Notice how that doesn't have any? That means it's not ripe. That one's pretty yellow. That one's tint isn't there. This is the deepest yellow. Next thing you want to look at is at the top here, it has to be small and a lot of little lines. So this one so far looks like our winner. So that's a big design there, and the lines are too separated. That one's no good. The last thing you want to look at is the weight. So this one feels pretty heavy and solid. This crap one's light. So this is the winner here. The biggest indicator is the darker the yellow spot, the better, and the more lines, the better. This is the way my nonna taught me. It always works. Try it next time you're at the store.
I've noticed a lot of these bad watermelons being sold at the big box stores, like BJ's, Sam's Clubs, and Costco's. If you see a local farmer selling his watermelons on the side of the road, I would definitely suggest supporting that guy because most likely it's from somewhere sourced locally. And if you're still eating McDonald's in today's world, I would suggest staying away. And this guy, I mean, he's absolutely right.
Only are they made with more than 18 disturbing substances.
He's referring to the fries at McDonald's, but just overall the food at McDonald's is terrible.
For just potatoes, by the way, but the pesticides that get sprayed on them is so toxic that the farm where they grow the potatoes at has a no entry zone for 5 days after the pesticide is sprayed. So they can't even be around the potatoes for 5 days after it's sprayed. And then you're going to put this shit inside your body. See, the reason why a lot of y'all don't care and still going to eat this shit is because it tastes good. But when that taste is gone and your body has to deal with the after effects for all this food in like 10 years, you will regret still eating this shit. And to top it all off, did you know that all McDonald's fries, carrots, onions, all come from Bill Gates' farmland? This is red flag after red flag. From now on, start driving right past this shit. I love y'all. This is why you need to.
I love y'all too. That's why I'm sharing this. Seeds being planted. Gigabase Dad tweets out a picture with captions, they can't control people who are self-dependent and know how to take care of themselves. This is why they don't teach you the basic skills of survival at school. They teach you how to depend on the system. Consumers, buyers and sellers, that's basically what they teach us to do. Get jobs to support their system that they've set up for us, live in their cities, eat their food. But, we're in times, I believe, where we have to make the conscious choice and efforts necessary to bring us out of that dependency on the system, and start depending on our own hands to create our world and the food and the families that persevere into the future. Yep. And Libs of TikTok, I do like this account. Idaho bar owner celebrating June as Heterosexual Awesomeness Month with discounts for heterosexuals, speaks to WorldNet Daily about his motivations. This country is ready to stand up and say, hey, enough is enough. Let's watch this video. Idaho is facing criticism for celebrating Heterosexual Awesomeness Month.
Hey, my name is Mark Fitzpatrick, owner of Old State Saloon in Eagle, Idaho. Our saloon has become the heterosexual headquarters. We launched Heterosexual Awesomeness Month for June. Monday is Heterosexual Male Monday, and if you're a heterosexual male and you come in here, you get a beer for free. There's no strings attached. We'll call it Beers for Breeders. On Wednesdays, if you're a heterosexual couple, you get 15% off your entire bill. And on Thursdays, all day is her hetero happy hour. So heterosexual awesomeness is basically an opportunity to celebrate God's design for man and woman and that sexual attraction between them. Idaho's the reddest state in the country, as you know. We've got so many people here who are like-minded and who want to do what's right. They want to do what's moral. I think that this country is ready to stand up and say, hey, enough is enough. Let's stand for things that are right and true and godly. Everybody is welcome to come here and help us celebrate Heterosexual Awesomeness Month.
Need more of this, to say the least. Need more of this. If you're a business owner, I think the whole Budweiser thing kind of proved that you have more people on your team than you think. Another tweet from Libs of TikTok. Your children will see us, your children will love us, and your children will join us. LGBTQ activists. They're after your kids. Believe them when they tell you who they are. Let's see.
I won't change your little town. Your own children will. Your children will see us. Your children will love us. And your children will join us.
No! Your children will join us. And that they will. If you're having your kids in the public school system, they probably will join you. That's why we should be making efforts to maybe homeschool. We've been doing that for about 8 years now, and we are able to teach our kids our morals and values that we want to teach them, that we want them to have, that we believe will persevere into the future and create good, strong families. Our next tweet is from Dr. Taylor Marshall. I thought pride was one of the deadly sins. Stay away from this. Stay away from my kids. And it's in response to a tweet from James Martin S.J. Can Catholics celebrate Pride Month? Yes, because it's not about vanity, but dignity. It's false. What he's saying is false. If you are a Christian Catholic and you're following this guy and believing what he says, I wouldn't. I'd make a 180 on my train of thought. Taylor Marshall also, same tweet from Martin S. James Martin S.J. He says, daily reminder that Bishop Strickland was canceled by Pope Francis and James Martin is endorsed and appointed by Francis. actions speak louder than words. It's basically just pointing out the irony in the decisions that our Pope has been making. But let's use a little bit of discernment when we read tweets such as this, that they are false. And our final tweet from Doge Lumens says, keep an eye on this game changer. And believe me when I say, Doge Lumens, that I will be keeping an eye on you.
I'm looking for a man in finance.
All right. And that is the news for today. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time. And as always, may God bless you.